Hello and welcome to Guess the Guest episode number 5. Last time we had a really interesting game, a really high level game as well. We had a house block initially that delayed the opponent's builds quite significantly with an early advantage, and then that led to a pretty standard beast versus macro game. Beast player played really well, got dragons up, and then just overwhelmed him with good macro. And yeah, my guess was AC. And let's see if I'm correct. Oh, it's Yummy Blah Blah. Okay, that's a name I haven't heard in a while, actually. He hasn't played in a while. I guess that's okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, Yummy Blah Blah is definitely one of the top tier people back when he played a lot. But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. I definitely didn't guess it because he doesn't play as much these days, or at least I didn't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, that brings my score to only one guess and 3 incorrect. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. Yeah, let's get right into today's replay. Alright, let's hop right into it. We're going to be looking at the top left player, and we're playing against Isjay, who is a pretty good player, pretty decent player. Apparently he will not rush. Okay, it looks like I guess they played a game previously, so it's like a second or third game, or they must have played already, so... says our guest. Alright, I'll speed things up a little bit. I think that house was a little bit late. Looks like we have an early proxy or a scout. Yeah, so Jay is a really good player. We have a Rax opening. So I'm not quite sure why he went for a Rax opening if he was gonna put it all the way over here, you know. Looks like he's gonna see the workshop. He does get the first hit, which is good. Oh, but he takes another extra hit there, which means it's gonna be close. It's gonna be random. This was a good attempt. I feel like if you had microed a little bit better, you would have been able to pull this off. This is like literally from the previous episode. I think he watched it, whoever the guest is, and tried it again. But unfortunately, not gonna happen. SJ's pulling it was not quick enough. Did you go for a barracks? I feel like for like a raider, if this successfully went up, I think you should be scouting with your healthy worker. But that's okay. It looks like he canceled the racks. What is this house? What is this house? Why do we have a house here? I have no idea how to deal with mech, so... Okay, someone who doesn't know how to play against mech. I think a lot of people don't really... Because there's not a lot of people who play mech. I think a lot of people mostly play Rax or Beast. That, I don't know if you saw that, but I don't think that was rallied. It was just here and he like selected it. That's actually a big mistake. Well, not a big mistake. It's just something that really you should do. Like, there's no reason not to like rally your units. Yeah, it's like only a second, but like it's only a second saved, but like I don't know. Also, the building placement, I don't really know who does this. Additionally, the only time you would really need a second house is when 2 racks. Okay, if it was 2 racks, if you were gonna go see, look at this. This take a little time, but if you were gonna go 2 racks, you probably wanted the second racks first. So a little bit of a optimization problem. Blinking in, doing some damage. That's not too bad, but one thing I want to criticize from SJ is if you do, as soon as you see the raider, you do want to pull a worker. I think it was a little bit late for the repair, but that's okay. He's just gonna look to attack the workshop and the house. What you can do with the raider is if you attack both of them, or even one of them, it'll ruin the auto repair AI. So that's something that you could do. That's a flash, misses it unfortunately. So yeah, he's essentially gonna try to pull up raiders and then go for it. 4 is the magic number where you one-shot Gatling guns, so that's probably when he'll go. That's a blink. He's barely not going to be able to do get that, and say Gatling pops, so those raiders will be pushed away. Yeah, once again, these... Ooh, going into archers after. I guess that makes sense with after the 4 raiders. Yeah, the rally point not being across the map is gonna be a little bit problematic. Yeah, so like look at this. That's like a handful of time. Like this is something really easy you can do. You can just right click, get your hotkeys, and then right click across the map. So yeah, I'm thinking it's not too high level, but like there was some good you know, pullback raider micro, so it's not like super low either. You can probably cast it by now. Yeah, I don't know. Good target fire by J. He could have stayed there longer. There was no reason to blink back. Losing that 1 raider, 1-for-1 trade isn't good for the Rax player, I think, especially if you're doing a 2-den, or sorry, a 2 Rax. We have a mill and also another workshop on the way for J. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But overall, I feel like this had so much more potential. But just because of like slight inaccuracies in micro, and also just not rallying across the map, if you pull up to 4 or 4 raiders, it would have been a lot better. Yeah, it's not going too well for our red player, but that's okay. And then this gyro is gonna delay this castle for a little bit, I guess. Yeah, so SJ is just way ahead right now. This is an excellent hold. I feel like he actually might not even think that this is a 2-Rax, because given the number of units. Yeah, and just denying this, delaying it for a while. Looks like we have a watchtower. Ooh, and pulling all the workers, that's a mistake. That is a bit of a mistake. He wants to put workers back. So one thing to note, if you control click a unit, it'll select all the units of that type on screen. So that seems to be what happened here, which is unfortunate, but it does happen from time to time. And these raiders, yeah, they just didn't get enough damage done. If we look at the units lost, yeah, it's just not worth it. Unfortunate, and yeah, this leads me to believe that our red player is not too high caliber. Stuff like these idle workers, you know, pulling all the workers by mistake, the rally point not being accurate, or being used as efficiently as it could have. Ooh, not quite gonna get that, but that's okay. Got some good pullback micro. Yeah, anyways, it leads me to believe that our red player is not a super good player. Also building placement, this is not where you want to put your buildings generally, especially if you were playing against like a beast player, you would want them in the wall. Yeah, and also some inaccurate builds, so that's something. If you can tell, I have no build. Yes, I can kind of tell. But that's okay. But I think he definitely knows how to play the game. Oh, he's just talking to his Jaya. I kind of felt like he was talking to me for a reason. But that's okay. It's Jay's supply block, so he's double housing, which is not ideal. Needed to explain to allies. Anyways, we have this bit of a push. I feel like with 2 katas and 5 gatlings, it should be holdable. Especially given that's the move command is unfortunate. Ooh, this is not a good fight so far. That's a good blink, but it's still gonna lose all that, and that's a pretty big kata shot. Yeah, this is gonna be cleaned up relatively well. Yeah, not the best trades here. These workers actually were probably gonna repair the gatlings, but unfortunately couldn't make it in because these catapults were dropping or blocking. And ooh, a forge super early. This is also something not ideal. This worker still hasn't gone back to mining. Not good. But yeah, so that was a very unfortunate fight, actually. If we look at the resources lost, is it this one? I don't remember. There we go. Yeah, so it's a lot better, and we have a third coming out for SJ. At this point, I would like to say it's pretty much over, honestly. The two Rex not doing horribly. I disagree. This is not good at all. But I love the optimism. Amazing. But yeah. Still some idle workers. I wonder who this could be. Very talkative. Lost your advantage? I don't think he had an advantage at any time. But anyways. What I do like about its chase play is having this gyro here. Maybe if you had another one here. Still very confused on my worker. Saddens me. Which worker? Was you talking about the first one? Where you tried the house block? Maybe. I wonder who this could be. Who is talkative and about this level? Archer range, +1 attack. I want to say this is around the level of someone like Safhurigha. Is that how you say his name? But he mostly plays beasts. He plays like a lot of 210. And I feel like he has better SimCity. Maybe. We have a drought coming across the map. I want to see how well he defends. I mean, he has a tower, so. Oh, that's pretty fast. I'm impressed. He didn't pull these archers away, but I'm actually very impressed. Given his what's the word? Like how he's played, I didn't expect him to respond that fast to this. Oh, he might actually get it. Not quite, but close. Is he gonna repair it? He just looks like he's gonna. No, he's not. Okay. I think that's in range. You can probably kill it. Nice. Now he loses the high ground vision. This tower placement is not the best, but that's okay. But yeah, who has? I guess Safhurigha, maybe. I haven't seen him play Rax, but maybe he does play Rax. It could be Deathstroke, maybe, just given the amount of banter and talkativeness this person is going through. Looks like he's gonna take a third. I don't really know people who are around this skill level, so this is actually really difficult. I mean, the basics are there, and like the way he responded to this Kata drop makes me feel like he's actually, you know, aware of. And like his army movement is not bad. This is a big push though. I feel like this is just gonna kill him. It's 8 PM, about 50 or 100. This is a good move by SJ. Oh, that's a move command mistake. Just took a whole bunch of free damage, which sucks. He knows how to target fire. See that? Trying to target fire all the katas down, but yeah, not gonna be enough. GG. Yeah. So I wonder. This is like not a build though. Like the follow-up didn't expand fast enough and lost the early fight. Yeah, that's true. The build also wasn't optimized, but that's beyond the point. Beside the point. Yeah, but like SJ is a pretty good player. No shame in losing to SJ. Could have greeted and got 3 base before he got 2. I don't think so. Pull back if you can't take the fight, yeah. SJ is very helpful. Stamp of approval. Well done. What counters mech? I feel like this is someone who... I don't know. Who could this Beck is. I don't want to get into the balance discussion, but so I won't. But yeah. Okay, let's. Why is he not? I guess he just wants to talk. Okay. GG. Okay, so that's the end of the replay. First off, props to you for sending in a replay in which you lost. I think this is the first one. No, this is the second one. We had the guy who Stevenator who played only tower rushes. But yeah, let's recap what happened. We had an attempted house block, might be influenced by the previous episode, and seeing how well that went. But didn't work out from, I guess, a bit of poor micro. He did get the first shot off, if I remember correctly, which is yeah, you know, it means you should be able to get the house block, but I don't know. I feel like also first off, building placement. This house placement over here, it only is really done if you're gonna do something like a FE 210 because yeah, because you can get the wall off as needed. We had the racks into house, I think this one, and then a second racks, which is not an optimal build. If you wanted to go 2 racks, you do want to do the 2 racks before the second house. Then the rate of micro was not bad. It was pretty good. He was blinking or flashing forwards and doing some damage, and flashing backwards, moving backwards, stuff like that. So props to him for that. Then he did take a really bad fight here, where it was like 4 raiders and a handful of archers versus like 3 katas. He kind of threw his army away, so that was not the greatest. And then he went into, yeah, not the best transition. But anyways, I feel like this person knows what they're doing somewhat, but I feel like maybe they don't really at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, maybe they don't play as much, or cause like my intuition is that if you are someone who watches a lot of, or like plays a lot of Little War game, like even if you are at a low level, you kind of know what the builds are to some extent. You kind of play them. But like like even self admitting that he didn't know any builds. Where is it? I don't remember. I'm like blind. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think it. Like I don't know people who are at this level, which is just really frustrating because I can't really make a good guess. But that's okay. I'll do my best. I don't think it's Deathstroke. Deathstroke is someone who I feel like while his micro would be about the same level as this guy, he would have definitely like a better builds and stuff like that, and a better understanding of how to play the early game. The talkativeness kind of feels like him, but I don't think it is. Maybe it's Safhurigha, or like there's also a guy named like Bijou or something like that who's Bijou is also a very unorthodox player. I think I've played him a couple of times as guest, and he went for stuff like stupid, silly tower rushes and unoptimized builds. It might be him. No, but I think they're a little bit better than this, I think. This is really tough. Can I like forfeit? Because like I don't really know any people. Rex players. Yeah, okay. I feel like I'm stalling too long. I'm just gonna guess Safhurigha, even though he is primarily a beast player. I feel like the skill levels are out there, and like I don't really know other people around that skill level, so this is gonna be a wild guess, but I think he's a bit talkative as well. So yeah, I'm gonna guess Safhurigha. We'll see if I'm correct next episode. Thanks for watching. If you want to submit a replay, check the link in the description. Yeah, we'll see you next time.